The next number up to date is 13. That's the number of enhanced interrogation techniques that were approved by the Justice Department. As a matter of fact, their sign-off is one of the reasons why certain people are saying that the program was legal. But what exactly was done? Well, it wasn't anything that you would want done to you. There were simulated drownings like waterboarding. There was something called walling, where inmates were thrown against the wall for as long as the jailers wanted to, and also something called stress positions, where they were suspended from the ceiling naked for days on end. But not surprisingly, there were also other things done that weren't approved, such as rectal feeding, where food was inserted into tube inserted through the rectum. And there was also something called mock burials, where people were put in a pine box and lowered into the ground. Now, also not surprisingly, the inmates asked repeatedly, many of them, to be killed rather than to be subjected to the torture. And all this brings us to a really important point raised by Senator John McCain, himself a survivor of torture from Vietnam, about why none of the information gleaned from this was actually actionable. And it's because people being tortured will say anything to have it stopped. But there's also another problem in all of this. 1 out of 5 people detained were innocent. They didn't have anything to do with terrorism, which means that they would have told an interrogator any fantasy that they wanted to hear.